What is going on, everybody? It's Alex back with another video, and today I want to talk about Sony and how they continue to segregate the gaming population. I doubt this is going to come as news to anybody watching this video, but if you've been living under a rock, over the past few years, Sony, the PlayStation 4, has been dominating the console market. The Xbox 360 absolutely slayed the PS3, but PlayStation definitely took over this generation and outsold the Xbox by a significant margin. And to be fair, I think Sony actually earned this market share. They put out so many more high quality games than Xbox did. But with that aside, crossplay and general cross-platform support has been being pushed over the past few years, and Sony has been avoiding it like the plague. I mean, crossplay has been around for a long time, and even Sony has been participating in crossplay between the PlayStation 4 and the PC. However, they've always avoided crossplay between the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. I remember back when I used to play a lot of Rocket League, I used to play on PC, and it was incredibly frustrating because I could play with people that played on Xbox, or I could play with people that played on PlayStation. If someone from one of these consoles joined and then someone from the opposing console tried to join, they would not be able to play. This is simply because Sony chose not to let the peasant Xbox players join. Now, at this time, there weren't really any major games, especially any FPS titles, that actually had crossplay, so it wasn't that big of a deal. It was more of a minor nuisance, but then you look at it and say, wow, this is a game that actually has crossplay to some extent, so no one really was too bothered by it. Nowadays, bigger games are coming out, and they actually are pushing for crossplay, and surprise, surprise, Sony is fighting them on it. For those of you that don't know, Fortnite brought in crossplay quite a long time ago, and it was somewhat of a similar thing as Rocket League. Everyone could do crossplay except, of course, the PlayStation 4 basically had to play amongst themselves while everyone else actually played together as a community. It even got to the point where if you had an Xbox or a PC account, you could actually share the account amongst devices. But of course, if you had a Sony account, that was locked to your PlayStation 4, and for a while you could not actually transfer that between devices. If you had an account associated with your PlayStation, you had to play it on that one console and nowhere else. And it was actually amazing because Sony was under a lot of fire because of this. People really didn't like this. And basically the response we got from the CEO of Sony is that the PlayStation 4 is the best place to play the game, therefore you don't need to play on another console. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. People did not like the elitism. Since then, Sony has decided to play nicely and allow PlayStation 4 players to actually play with everybody else. And to be fair, since then I haven't really heard a lot about cross-platform play, especially Sony, causing any issues. That is until now. So apparently Destiny 2 has been trying to implement account migration and character transfers for quite a while now. Now, this is very different than crossplay. Crossplay is essentially being put in the same servers with players that play on a different platform. There's no indication that Destiny 2 is doing this, but account migration and character transfers basically means that you can have a character, you can have a save game dedicated to your account on, say, a PC, and then you can move over to an Xbox and then pick up where you left off. This is something that I think everybody would like. I think the best example of why this would actually be a useful feature is, say you're playing a game on your Xbox. It's a stationary console, you can't really move it around, but say you're going on a business trip or something like that, and you want to pick up the game on your Nintendo Switch. If you were able to do this, you wouldn't have to start the game over. You would be able to continue playing exactly where you left off. This does absolutely nothing for the developers. It doesn't make them any more money, but it makes the gamers significantly happier. But of course, since it doesn't make them money, PlayStation is saying no and not allowing this. Now, this is all coming from the Split Screen podcast that Kotaku did last week, and as always, I will leave the article down below so you guys can check everything out for yourself. But apparently the reason that Sony is not allowing this is because that they want people to associate Destiny with PS4. Again, it kinda seems like they're just saying that PS4 is the best place to play, therefore you need to play it here. I don't really understand this marketing strategy. Apparently Bungie was really pushing for these features on the lead up to the Forsaken add-on, but of course Sony wouldn't budge. Apparently, since Sony has the exclusive content rights for Destiny 2, the DLC and marketing platforms, everything like that, apparently because of this, they have a say-so in what goes down, and they're not even allowing PC and Xbox accounts to merge. So not only are they not allowing their players to merge with other consoles, they're not allowing those other platforms to merge either. Honestly, I figured this whole scenario was behind us. After they opened the floodgates in Fortnite, I assumed that that was just kind of it, and now we would be pushing towards cross-platform, but apparently that's not the case. Apparently Sony still thinks that they're better than everybody else, and they don't want to give their customers what they're asking for. Although I don't play Destiny 2, this is actually important to me because if they're still feeling this way about Destiny 2, they're probably still feeling this way about all games. I understand the business standpoint why they're trying to avoid it, but at this point I feel like it's just gone too far, and this is where the gaming community needs to go. I don't think anyone likes the idea of the segregation. I think everyone just kind of wants to be playing with everyone at the same time. No one really complains about playing cross-platform on Fortnite because you can play with your friends no matter what platform they're playing on. It's just a better system and it benefits everybody. Like I said, I thought we already made that progress, but it looks like we're taking another step back thanks to Sony. So let me know what you guys think. Are you surprised? This is really annoying to me, but I guess it is what it is. Give it a few more years and I think we will have cross-platform as a standard, but I guess we will just have to see what happens. But thank you guys for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys for the support. Peace out.
Didn't come to my birthday party. Rude, but they all found time to go